Hey, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of a podcast. So, we are back with a very interesting topic today. First of all, Shubham, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, Article, as usual. Just feeling top of the world. Yeah. And how are you?
Awesome. I'm doing very fine, full of energy, full of, enthusiasm to record this podcast. So, आज का जो topic है, guys, बहुत interesting topic है. We are going to talk about how to be more charismatic in life. हिंदी में बोले तो ज़्यादा आकर्षित कैसे बने life में. So, before we get started, Shubham, why you think we need to talk about this topic today?
So I think Aditya, that is very helpful in terms of every aspect of your life. If you go to your if you are in professional life, in your social life, everywhere you'll get an advantage of this. Okay, and everybody wants to talk to those people like who is having a high status, who's having a good potential. I mean, and who looks more attractive in terms of fitness as well. Right. So that's why we need to be very much improvised ourselves in terms of in terms of different things. Like that's what we are going to cover, like what are the secrets and how you can be more charismatic in your life. Okay, so I tell you about the example. There are a lot of people. Okay, agar main example ki baat karu to Sean is a fan of Shah Rukh Khan, right? Just because of the kind of attractiveness, the kind of the things they all follow, right? So we all not can become Shah Rukh Khan, but still we can follow some kind of our routines and habits that we also looks much and much attractive. Okay, and we can also be a part of 10% attractiveness of the people who are not doing the things and the people who are doing those things. Okay, so guys, we're going to discuss about those 5 things or 6 things which you can implement in your life and be more attractive, right? So yeah.
इसी के साथ पहले टॉपिक के बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं या पहले पॉइंट के बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं, दैट इज फिटनेस. तो शुभम, आपके हिसाब से व्हाई फिटनेस इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट इफ यू वांट टू बी ऑन द टॉप ऑफ योर गेम, इफ यू वांट टू बी charismatic in life?
So I tell you, Atisha, from my own personal experience, like for this year I've been so for this year, or if I talk about last year as well, so generally I always be so much enthusiastic towards fitness and I'm so much conscious about my fitness. Okay, I always my eating habits also, like the way like I used to eat salad and all, and in the evening I used to avoid food as well. So my mom also got sometime irritated with me, like today is raining and I just make some kind of chola bhatura and all. So I just say no, I'll not going to eat that. So that's what the kind of routine I used to follow, because for me fitness is very important. What I found about with the help of fitness is all about your mentality. Okay, that is also going to be changed. So for for this year I've been so much consistent and I've been so much disciplined toward my fitness that I can see a lot of positive things. Okay, and there's a research in which there's a comparison of the person who's not doing anything in terms of fitness and the person who's doing everyday exercise, right? So your brain also gets more activated, you get more creative ideas and all and thoughts, and also if you look fresh, if you look active, so that's create a different personality of yours. So I think fitness plays a very crucial role in our life, and being fit is something you always feel confident about yourself in any terms. Like if you're going to there are a lot of people who are much focused in terms of earning money, right? And they are having a lot of problems. Like agar aap kahin ja rahe ho bahar ghumne, okay, and if you're not much fit, if you want to do tracking, if you want to do something else, if you're not that much fit, you're not going to enjoy those things. You're right? So that's why I think fitness doesn't make yourself to gym jao, your body banao, या hero bano. It's all about some kind of thing which everyone used to follow, right? To spend at least 30 minutes or 40 minutes in your life so that you look fit, you look smart, and you look always so that is. And how about yours? So I think we have also
yeah, totally, bro. I'm 100% in agreement with you. So when you do any kind of physical activity, be it even walking, running, or lifting weights, you get an energy rush, right? Your body start releasing these different chemicals called serotonin, which makes you feel good, endorphins, which gives you a sense of happiness and belonging, and dopamine, which give you this amazing rush. So whenever you do any kind of physical exercise, you feel good, you feel happy. So it's really important that to get those chemicals secreted in your body, in your brain, you exercise daily, at least 5 days a week, right? Minimum.
So that's why I would suggest everyone to be more disciplined towards their fitness. And if you are a kind of professional, because we are also professional, right? There are a lot of people who make excuses, Atishay, ki hamare paas time nahi hai and we cannot do that. So it's all about taking just a 30 minutes or 20 minutes. You can do a bit running. So that's also going to be a bit helpful and advantage for your lifestyle now. So what's the second point we have, Atishay?
Yeah, so that's point number one, guys. Fitness, right? Do any kind of physical exercise at least 5 days a week. Point number two is being focused. So, Shubham, what's your take on this? How being focused has, really changed your life or, give you more returns, work-wise and in your personal life?
So for this, I think I remember. I mean, last year you have recommended me one book. That's name is Deep Work. Okay, and I asked you, Atishay, can you prefer me some kind of book which I can read and I can implement in our life? Okay, and you have mentioned you can go through with a deep work. Okay, so I didn't remember the name of the writer, but yeah, I would say that is something a really wonderful book, which tells you about something for which you care of, and you have to spend some kind of time of your life with something you're important, whatever you are doing. Okay, and you are so much focused on that work, either if there is any kind of call coming, if there is anyone who's calling you or messaging you, you should be that much of focus. You put your full intensity towards that work, because people like those people. I mean, like that brings you more kind of attractiveness about yourself only, and then you will be more focused toward your work. So I'm not saying like focus ki पूरे दिन focus रहो ये रहो, but whatever the time you are spending towards your work, either it's 2 hours, 3 hours, just spend that with your full focus, 100% focus. At that time, don't start kind of eating and watching TV and doing the work as well. So there's a lot of when I say about the IT profession, so I've seen there the people like who are just taking like they are resting on the bed ऐसे करके और साथ में लैपटॉप पे वो काम कर. So that doesn't going to be I think that is something which you are doing your work, you are completing your work, but that's something, the kind of creativity thought and the kind of accomplishment with your full focus, that's not something which you are doing. So that's what my take, because I'm also not an expert, Atishay. I also get distracted because about the social media and all. So there are a bunch of things of Reels, Instagram and everything. You are getting messages every day, you are getting call every day. So we all get distracted. But still, we can try from the very initiative level for the 1 hour 30 minutes, and that's what I'm also practicing these days. Just spending some of my time to be much focused towards only the thing which is very important to me, at least 30 minutes or 1 hour. So we all can start from the at least that much of hours. So that's what my take on this. And what about you, Atishay? How you think, like how you
So I totally agree with whatever points you mentioned. One book of which I really want to recommend to all the listeners and viewers, Indestructible by Neil Eyal. It's a wonderful book. It will teach you, methodologies. It will teach you techniques, how you can be more focused at your work and how you can avoid distractions, right? So you must read that book and implement those strategies in your work to be more, focused and indestructible. So that brings us to our third point, which is, have a hobby or, find an interest. Yeah. So Shubham, what's your take on this?
So I mean, you can see we are in front of this podcast, okay, and like how much we both, much interest towards the podcast, right? So we don't care what exactly we have the viewership or who's going to watch our podcast. It's all about for our interest, and that gives you some kind of a bit happiness, right? And because in life, I think like you have something for yourself where you can be much interested toward that hobby, and for that you don't make any kind of excuses, right? So if I say, Atishay, to be about myself as well, I do a lot of I make a lot of excuses कि मुझे यहाँ जाना है, वहाँ जाना है. But when we talk about the podcast, so we both are always on the time. We are always disciplined just because we have the interest for that, okay? And when you do the things which is a bit interested to you, so that really gives you some kind of, that makes you a bit busy as well, and also gives you some kind of refreshment about your about your life. So I got a bit refreshed about when I just wait for the weekend, right? So हम लोग podcast shoot करें and all. I think you also so You tell me, like, that is something, which is of great interest. So what I would say, like, to each and everyone, you just find some kind of thing which is interest to you. Whether you want to do, exercise, fitness, or you want to sing a song, or if you are want to make reels video. So मैं reels की video भी बनाता हूँ, ठीक है. So a lot of people have seen that, okay. So I love to do act, okay. So I don't care what the people will think, but I just create those videos as well because I like that. That is something which is a big interest of mine. मुझे एक refreshment मिलता है. So I think everyone used to find there some kind of interest or a hobby, और उसे follow करना चाहिए so that you get a refreshment every week, and when you jumps into the next Monday, so you have with the same energy and with a refreshment. And what's your take, Atisha, on this?
Totally agree with you. So we need to have a hobby, we need to have an interest. So we feel excited about it, right? And it also brings us out of the boredom of our day-to-day life, work life. So absolutely, you're spot on, bro. That brings me to my next point, the fourth strategy, which is plan your day in advance. So this is something which I am doing for last couple of years. So every night before I go to bed, what I do is I prepare a to-do list of what are my top priorities for tomorrow and what I need to accomplish. So how I maintain my to-do list is, or how I make my to-do list is, I divide the task in 3 priorities, which I call P1, P2, and P3. So P1 are my highest priorities, which I need to tackle first, and I need to accomplish them in the particular day. P2s are something which are important but not high priorities, and P3s are something which if I get the time in the day, I could accomplish it. Otherwise, I could be pushed to day after tomorrow or something. So that is how I maintain my to-do list in P1, P2s, and P3s. So what about you, Shubham? How you plan your day?
So still, like, I'm not much. I would say, like, I'm not much of the guy who's a bit planned, but still I'm practicing these things as well, Atisha. And like, I have learned a lot from you as well in terms of planning, right? And I still remember when I met you, so I was about to call you and you told me, like, Shubham, let's meet at 8 p.m. or some kind of, that time, and let's plan for the next day. So this is something I would say, like, you are the right person who can, give your more of the views, how that can affect, in our work, in terms of everything, our social life or everything, if you have, some kind of planning and all. So that is really helpful, and that is really, benefit to, everyone. So, I mean, like, I'm also, trying to make my days more and more planned, because you have, some kind of idea. सपोज अगर मैं बात करता हूँ कि अगर हमें कल कुछ काम करना है, एंड अगर आप प्लान नहीं करोगे, तो यू गेट mislead with the things, okay. So every day I think you just have some kind of planning. Suppose if I tell you about myself, so I don't plan yesterday, I plan the things by today only, ठीक है. मैं एक दिन पहले नहीं करता, मैं आज ही करता हूँ. Suppose when I start my work in the morning, so I just write down what are the things which is important for me, what are my priorities, and once I complete those priorities, after then I just do those things. Yeah,
correct. So that brings us to our fifth point, which is train your mental muscle. So this is something which I really recommend everyone should do every day. So in the first point, we talk about training ourselves, training our physical body. So in this point, I want to focus, or I want to emphasize on that you should also train your mental muscle, which is your brain. So read good books, consume good podcasts, talk to people who can with whom you can discuss ideas, whom you can gain more insights, who can uplift your mood, who can give you more energy. So that is a really important thing you need to do. Instead of just training your physical muscle, also focus on training your mental muscle. So what's your take, Shubham?
I mean, I'm absolutely, you are spot on, Atisha, and I would definitely go with the things you have said. So it's all about you just watch, and it's all about, like, the way people say कि what the word, it's all about the जो हम लोग subconscious mind में हमेशा से we just create those kind of things, what exactly what we exactly want to become. So this is the thing which reminds us, okay. So for that, you just watch those kind of videos, watch those kind of podcasts, read those kind of books, so that you can mentally prepare, okay, these are the things, okay. So which is
consume good content. So in short, consume good content. It could be in any format: audio, video, just reading books. So consume good content. And this brings us to our last point, which is don't give a damn shit. So Shubham, what's your take?
I would say that's something. Don't always give a fucking shit, which I said to everyone. So don't care much of the life and कि क्या होगा, क्या कौन क्या सोचेगा, क्या होना है, क्या नहीं होना है, because it's a very small life. And once Steve Jobs said, okay, death is the very single best invention of the life. Okay, so he said death is the very best single invention of the life. So don't think much. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to become, whatever you want to say someone, just go and say, and don't give a shit कि भाई वो क्या सोचेगा. If you want to approach any girl, just go and approach. Don't think कि वो क्या सोचेगी, क्या नहीं सोचेगी. If you want to work in some company, don't think कि वो क्या सोचेगा. इतना सोचना नहीं है. Just don't give a shit to anyone. Be spot on. Whatever you think, you feel, just talk to them. I met with Atisha on LinkedIn because I didn't think much. I said him and we just connected, and now we are very good friends because I didn't think much of it. So that's a very good example. And what about you, Atisha? What do you say?
Yeah, so whatever you mention are spot on, bro. So yeah, don't give a damn shit. Just do it. Don't think too much. Sometimes because of our overthinking we are not able to execute anything. So just get started and eventually we'll find the right way to do something, right? Don't worry about it. So guys, that brings us to the end of this podcast. I hope you enjoy all the strategies which we discuss on how to be more charismatic in life. So guys, बिल्कुल mention करना comment section में that कौन सा point आपको अच्छा लगा and what points you're gonna implement right now. Shubham, any parting words?
So I think that's all we have for today's podcast, guys. Watch the podcast and share your opinion and views in the comment section. And I would say stay smart and stay wonderful. Thank you.